What's up, Nitwits? It's Dom99, aka Slippery Pickle, and with me as always...
Game over, Joey.
Alright, Joe. First off, let's thank everyone, our views, subscribers have jumped. So thank you guys, please. Like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you like, what you don't like. We always like to improve, and we do this for fun, and it's just something goofy that we really are enjoying. But let's jump into our fun topic of the week, Nintendo Direct. And let's start out, they come out with what they try to be as a, haymaker, and what I'm going to say, in my opinion, was a complete flop and failure. Another useless Smash character, because we can't get Waluigi, and it's just heartbreaking.
Dom, I agree with you. I think they rolled out characters too slow with this new version on Switch. And I think the other thing, too, is... It's been a minute since I've revisited the game. Have they added new level design and new levels?
I really haven't played in forever either. Smash Bros. Really broke my heart. I loved it when it first came out, and then I was like, yeah, it's gonna be sweet. And Piranha Pete, and it was like their DLC, and I was like, okay, like that's a little different. I can live with that. And then I feel like it's been miss after miss after miss, and I gave up on it. Okay. So... yeah, Smash and me are in a breakup right now where we're, on our off phase.
We're on the same page then, so yeah, that's exactly how I feel, and it's kind of died to me. No offense against, Smash game in general. I love Smash. Mm-hmm. I'm a huge fan. I've been playing for ages, all the way since the original. So, with that said, love the game. Think it's an amazing battle game or fighting game, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. It's kind of died.
So I'm going to move on. I thought they came out and they tried to swing, and just for me it was a big miss. Mm-hmm. But more importantly, they follow up with one of our little favorite games that we've talked about a couple times now, Fall Guys coming to Switch, which I think is just the perfect system for Fall Guys to be on. Fall Guys, in my opinion, is one of the funnest games out there, just to sit there and recline the chair all the way back and not care about, and then you find yourself sitting up the further end that you go into the game. So Fall Guys, great game, a lot of fun. Yeah. Happy it's finally coming to Switch.
Yeah, me too. As you know, I'm a huge Fall Guys fan as well, and I haven't had that much fun playing a game in so long. I remember when it dropped on PlayStation, you and I downloaded it, and we played for the very first time together, and the amount of laughs that I got in that couple hours session was the most I have laughed in a very long time.
And it gets so competitive for such a stupid looking game, like cartoon design.
It does. You're a bean with an outfit on. It is hysterical. It definitely doesn't take itself serious, but yeah, it is very competitive. It is awesome. This little platformer battle royale game is what I'm going to call it. It is absolutely fascinating. I love it. We talked about Game of the Year last year at one point, but hey,
it deserves its name in the ring at least.
Yeah, absolutely. A fantastic game. I think it was a shocker too when it dropped because I wasn't following it. I know when it came out, I didn't know much about it. I just saw it was free on PlayStation, downloaded it, and loved it.
You called me and said, dude, you have to download this. And I said, all right, so I downloaded it. And then we literally played it for like 3 or 4 hours that night. So, yeah, great game. Happy to see it's going to Switch. Especially a game that I think can continue with its fun success.
Absolutely.
And going on, we have our next fun little thing addition here. Outer Wilds. Sorry. I've never played this game, but to me it looks like a Switch game. I've watched video of it. My problem with the Switch and games like this is the Switch is notorious for being a day late and $1 short. Yeah. This game's been out now for 2 years. So is it really going to do anything on the Switch? That's the way I look at it. Is this really a big deal? Maybe, but...
So I want to chime in on this one too, because for me, I've never played the game, right? But I've seen trailers. I have buddies that play it. And it's a very similar concept to No Man's Sky, and that game obviously was a bust when it released. Right? It was not that great at all. It was crap, and It rebounded, though. It became a phenomenal game. I personally don't play it, but I did buy the collector's edition. And I was one of the few people that got screwed at the beginning. And I saw them update it and stay up on it throughout the years. And I can't remember the gentleman's name who started the game, but regardless, he did disappear for a while, but he did rebound and he did make a great game. And I can tell you, I've sat down and I've watched streams of people just playing No Man's Sky, and it is a beautiful looking game, a great game just to sit down and watch. But that's what it reminds me of, and I can't see myself getting into like a spaceship simulator again, or ever, I should say. And it's just not for me. Not saying it's not going to be a great game, because again, on PC it did very well, and I know people that love it. And but yeah, I also want to add one last thing in regards to this too, because there is a huge population on Switch of people who don't own an Xbox or a PlayStation or a PC.
Yeah.
So I could see that group buying this game. This being an indie game, and Nintendo in itself has its own little indie library that people just absolutely love. So yeah.
I think that's what makes the Switch so great in a way too. Like, it really does have a very loyal following.
Absolutely.
The next one, I'm just going to let you take it away. Right after they talked about Outer Wilds, Monster Hunter Rise, and Joe, this is all you.
So yeah, I'm a huge Monster Hunter fan. I from the very beginning. So I'm excited for it. I loved World, the most recent Monster Hunter. I played the crap out of it on PlayStation and on PC, and I'm geeked for it. I think it looks amazing. I do have some worries though, due to the technical aspect. When I think about World and how graphically demanding that game is, and how hard that game pushed a PlayStation and Xbox and even PCs, I think about Monster Hunter Rise. And I understand there's workarounds that you can do, but I hope it doesn't lose that same feeling that the Monster Hunter series has on the Switch. And since it's coming out on the normal Switch, we know we're getting a Pro in the future. But I honestly just hope they can pull this off, at least with 30 frames. But I'm a little nervous. But I am geeked for that RPG element, just hunting those monsters, upgrading your hunter level, and just that gear, that grind. I am super stoked for this, and I hope they pull it off, because I'm ready to play it on March 26th.
Now let's go to the try and true famous Nintendo strategy here. All right, when's the last time we had a real solid, true Nintendo Mario game?
You tell me.
I mean, shoot, I'm trying to think. Odyssey?
Yeah, Odyssey.
Even Ace that came out, the tennis one, it was fun, but it wasn't. It's still goofy and fun to go back and play, but it wasn't like I thought it was going to be, right? I thought that game was really going to be like a knock 'em out of the park, but Odyssey's the last one.
Yeah, one thing. So Odyssey it came out roughly almost 4 years ago, right?
Yeah. And
that game was phenomenal. I want to say, what was it? Cappy, I believe was the hat's name. Mm-hmm. That new feature and how everything worked, that was, in my eyes, a masterpiece of a game. I lost countless hours in it, and I want to say did a remarkable job. I know we haven't had another Mario platformer in that sense for a while, but yeah, for this new one coming up, go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish. You continue.
Well, going to Odyssey real quick, it lost out to Game of the Year to another Switch game, which I think is the most impressive statistic that we could say, that the Switch had two games that probably should have won Game of the Year. Because Breath of the Wild definitely. I mean, you couldn't have gone wrong either way if you picked.
My gosh. I love Breath of the Wild. I lost countless hours into that game, and let's be real, it is hands down, I will argue this till I am dead, the best game Nintendo has ever created. Done.
I mean, yeah. We can always leave that for another topic for another day. But in the true, beautiful Mario fashion, there's a little fat Italian plumber that just comes out of nowhere and is swinging a golf club, and you realize, oh my god, it's Mario Golf, baby. And not just Mario Golf. As they continue, we're going to get different game modes, so it's not just, the regular little tournament setups like they have. You're going to get a speed golf round that's new. You're going to get a story mode, new characters. I'm actually super excited. I know it drops in June. I'm definitely going to be buying it. I'm definitely going to be playing it. But the thing that makes Mario even better for Mario Golf, it's a game where you can casually play and go, and especially on the Switch. Mm-hmm. Hook it up to the TV, pull out the Joy-Con, and play like regular golf. What could be better than that?
Yeah, I agree. I'm excited for it too. So I love golfing in real life, and I think golfing is amazing. And I love playing it on my phone. There's that game on your phone. I can't remember the name, but it's a golf game, and I love golfing in general. And I think Mario Golf is coming out the right time. I'm definitely going to play the crap out of it. I'm sure we'll play together at one point, and I'll whoop your ass like usual. But yeah, absolutely. I'm geeked for it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to play that campaign and just enjoy myself.
And I think another thing, too, we're going to have to realize this year, we're probably going to have a lot of heavy hitters that are supposed to be Game of the Year contenders drop out and move to next year. Mm-hmm. So don't be surprised if Mario Golf is just phenomenal, that it's one of like those random toss-in games. If it really does pan out where they'll be like, oh, it's like the 4th or 5th option for Game of the Year.
No way. No way.
Well, the only reason I say that is there might be a lot of delays this year, so we got to wait and find out.
I mean, I don't disagree with you there, but there's no way. Name the last time any type of sports game made Game of the Year, or even made a contender.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. We got a shot.
No, we don't. Fall Guys on Switch has a better shot, which would never happen either. But
Fall Guys always should be up for Game of the Year.
I agree.
Let's move on past our amazing, perfect Mario that he is. And we're going to go to Tales of the Borderlands, which I thought was cool. I'm a big Telltale fan. So I think Walking Dead was phenomenal that they did. Lee is one of my favorite characters. Clementine was great. Mm-hmm. But Wolf Among Us was also amazing, and I feel both those games were great, so hopefully maybe we can get a little bit more into those games or back to those games, because Borderlands series wasn't the best, but hey, at least we still have Telltale out there making these.
Yeah, Telltale games, they do make some very unique games and very story-driven. I think The Walking Dead was great. I really enjoyed it. Game of Thrones, I didn't think that was that good. No. Wolf Among Us was pretty good. Batman, I did not think was very good. So, I mean, man, like, I played Tale of Borderlands, and it was good, but to me, it's forgettable. It was a one-time playthrough, and then you put it down, you never played it again. So, in that regards, it's late to the party, and it's one of those games where it's cool that it's coming to the Switch. I can't see it doing very well. Now,
this one I think will be an interesting, fun one to keep following once we get more information. Star Wars Hunters. Mm-hmm. To me, it just looks like it wants to be Fortnite with Star Wars characters. Maybe that's what we're expecting. There's literally a Jedi, stormtrooper shooting, and that's about it.
Yeah, that one's very interesting. So, yeah, Star Wars Hunters it's a very competitive shooter and it's made by the people who made Farmville, and
yeah,
and I'm very I'm curious. So, here's what I'll say to that. The game will be squad based, and it's set with the events of, I think it was episode what was it? I want to say 6 and 7.
Don't quote me.
Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be the trailer. Only like 30 seconds was. Yep. It sounds cool. I would love to see a battle royale Star Wars in general come out. Especially squad based would be pretty sweet. So the concept's pretty awesome, but we don't know enough to be able to talk about it. And I'm kind of curious if this is going to be a Switch exclusive, or is this going to be across all platforms? I can't see that just coming to Switch. So,
well, you imagine they might bring it to Switch, work out some kinks, and then throw it on the stronger systems after, and it might just outgrow the Switch.
Possibly.
You know, I think the Switch is a fun game to start with that, especially with the fact that if you throw a game out there that's not like competitive and worthy, Fortnite's just going to eat it on any other PlayStation. Apex is going to eat it on a. You know, there's a lot of other battle royales that are really good, that are free, that can just destroy a game that just comes out, and if it's not ready, or you know, it's too far gone, or anything like that.
Yeah. And I also, adding to the battle royale genre just in general. I mean, you have three major ones right now. You know, you have your Apex, your Warzone, and then you have your Fortnite. And they all have such a significant player base right now. We're not talking about hundreds. We're talking about millions of people. And you know, I can't see... I'm not saying there's not room for a fourth or fifth, right? But...
Well, you left out, like, one of the originators, too.
I know PUBG. But
yeah, isn't that crazy?
I left out PUBG for a reason. So, PUBG is still massive, and I'm a huge fan of PUBG. I played it for a very long time, and I still hop on occasionally and play it. Not very often, I'll be honest, but I am a huge fan. And the reason I leave it out, because, you know, there's still millions of people that play it, sure. But those three I named are definitely the bigger players in the game right now. And I do know that there's going to be even another big player coming up here soon. So, I know we're doing Nintendo today, but I just want to throw it out there just we're talking about Battle Royale. But Halo Infinite's going to have a Battle Royale. It's already been rumored and somewhat confirmed, and I can only imagine how the mayhem in a game like that. And I can just tell you, as being a huge fan of Halo, that will be very interesting. And I would love to drive around on a Warthog, or on a Ghost and mess people up. Just saying. But yeah.
I mean, I'm probably the biggest Halo hater now, but you know, I have no faith in Halo, so I'm gonna wait and see what happens.
Yeah, but at the same token, you were never a really big Halo fan.
That's true. Griffball. I'm a god at Griffball. Come at me. So moving on, I'm gonna put this game on here just to even touch base on, because I think it's a fun, stupid, little goofy idea. My daughter likes to play Switch with me. So seeing DC Superheroes Girls, I think it'll be a fun little addition. I think there's gonna be a little base for that, and I think it's gonna be a little niche game. Sure. And the only reason I even bring it up, because they're like, "Why are you two guys talking about it?" I think it might be a fun one, and if that does well, hopefully we can start getting into like more common Marvel games or DC games, especially DC. I mean, yeah, outside of Batman, I don't know if there's a really good DC video game,
right?
Because DC Online, yeah, you know, it had its moments.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about the game you're talking about. I did do some research on it a little bit, but I have no interest in it. Yeah, but DC Online had its moments. I remember when I got my PlayStation.
Yep.
I downloaded it. I tried it. It was meh, and I never went back.
Yeah, that sounds about right. that sounds like DC Online. Yeah. And then after, I know this is a game that both me and you have played. We love it. Plants vs. Zombies, Battle of the Neighborhoods, or Neighborvilles, whatever it's called. It's one of those names. I think that's another fun, goofy game. Yet again, another great game to go on the Switch, just because it seems like the perfect Switch edition. Like you touched base before, the Switch has a fan base that only plays a Switch or doesn't have a PlayStation or doesn't have this. I mean, I have a friend that only has a Switch and none of the others, so he's going to be excited for this as well, because I never shut up about this game of when I'm by myself and I'm like, oh, let's just goof around and play a couple rounds.
Yeah, Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville is definitely a fun little sit back, you know, grab a Mountain Dew, just chill game. And I actually really enjoy it myself too. You know, it doesn't take much to be good at it. So to me, it's a mindless game. And sometimes those are the type of games you need. And the humor in it's great. So
yep. I think it's a cute addition.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And then they went with one thing I'm happy the Switch, and I think it's finally going to this, is it's going back to its Wii roots. Wii, yet again, amazing system. I think it's something that a lot of people still have in their house. At least I know a lot of people that still have a Wii. I don't know if you do, because I know people that play bowling still on it. Mm-hmm. But Miitopia, I don't know exactly what to expect. I'm just happy that we're bringing back the Miis, the Wii, and I think maybe, it's going to get people to play like just a off-brand. Everything that we've said so far that hurts me with this Nintendo Direct is we've said the same thing. There's nothing that I'm like, oh my god, except for Mario Golf, just because I'm a Mario Golf fan.
Yeah.
Everything else, everything so far in this whole entire thing, it's been like, okay, like I like that, like it's a little addition. Like I'm a casual Switch player, like yeah, I'll pick it up and play it, 1 or 2 times a week, maybe now for a little bit.
What was that game on Wii U? It was kind of like in their Wii U-verse, I think it was, where you played as a somebody was selected randomly as the ghost, and you had to try to figure out who it was before they killed everyone. What was it?
I think you're just thinking about Among Us.
No, it's not Among Us. It's very similar to Among Us, though. Oh man, it's gonna bother me. I'll have to do some research, and then I'll bring it up next podcast, because I don't even know how to.
Was it the Wii Play? Was it one of those games?
It was. It had all the mini games in it.
Yeah, then it was a Wii Play.
Well, I'm gonna look at that.
That's what it had to be. Yeah, but no, I mean, I think that's what we're getting. We're getting more games like that. I mean, Wii Sports was the most successful selling game of all time, wasn't it, for a while?
Yeah, it was. It was. Yeah, yeah.
Because it came with the system. It was a cheap way to get it. But hey, it's also one of the funnest games too, just to sit back and play. But
yeah, I agree.
A lot of family fights over bowling. While you're looking that up, I'm going to jump into the next one here. Knockout City. It looks fun, goofy. It looks like a perfect, yet again, little niche Switch game. I think I'm definitely going to play it. But I'm not going to lose my sleep if I never do. But it's such a weird, unique, wannabe looking Fortnite style cartoon looking game. Mm-hmm. But I believe it's already on, or it's going to be on Microsoft as well.
Yep.
So, yeah. Microsoft. It's going to be on Xbox, not just Microsoft. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. I know what you meant.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll play it, It kind of seems like a sort of griffball-y, run around, throw, catch, score, let's win type deal.
Yeah.
Any luck finding your game?
No, and I don't. I know I have the actual disc somewhere, so I'll have to pull it out and then look into it. So
after we went with the Knockout City, we touched base Hades, which I think is a great addition. That's everything that we keep repeating. It's a great addition. It's a great addition. It's a great addition. Mm-hmm. Hades, fun game. Nothing amazing. Nothing great. In my opinion, other people will fight me for it. That's fine. But I think it's a cool thing just to throw on the Switch. At this point, they have to be able to,
Yeah. Hades is a great game. And, again, as stated, great addition. It was a Game of the Year contender. And mm-hmm. it is a great game. But, again, I think it's the perfect platform for it, too. For the type of game it is. So I think it's going to do well.
And then after that, we had a little tease from our Zelda friends here, the Hyrule Warriors or whatever it's called. I get upset with Nintendo when they don't just show me like a new Zelda game because I'm ready for it. So I just want to know more and more about it. And after that, we went with an awesome Apex, which I'm so excited. Nintendo is getting more and more Battle Royale. I'm a huge Battle Royale fan. Well, we both are big Battle Royale fans. Mm-hmm. We probably could do a video of why we love it so much, why we think it's one of the better types of games, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exciting that it's going there. But again, this is my own personal opinion. I could never play it on there.
Yeah.
For the sole fact, I tried Fortnite. Now it's just too finicky. The controllers.
It takes practice.
It takes a lot of practice, and I'm not down for that. I'm not trying to relearn.
But I think one thing too is for me, out of like the three big ones, so the Battle Royales, Fortnite, Warzone, and Apex, I definitely rank Apex third, but I believe you always said it was your first or second. I know you speak highly of it.
Apex is fantastic. I definitely... It's hard for me because I love Warzone. But here's what I'll say. They are three different games. Completely different. And, what sets them all aside is that you have Fortnite where you're building, of course. Apex with your special abilities. You can jump from tall buildings, take no fall damage. It's definitely unique, right? And then you have your Warzone, which is going to be super realistic. Out of all of those, I definitely have played probably Fortnite the most. But it's mainly because a lot of my friends play that more. For me, yeah, I would say it'd be Warzone first, and then second would be Apex, then Fortnite. But Fortnite always wins me over due to all the freaking skins that come into that game. I find myself literally every other day buying a new skin, and
stay tuned for skin video.
Yeah, stay tuned for a skin video. You'll just see how sad I am. But I'm a huge Fortnite fan too. I'm not downplaying the game at all. I'm a massive fan, but absolutely.
And then, I would say if this was a baseball team, we had a lot of good role players, and now we're starting to get to the, your power hitters here finally when we get to the direct. Zelda Skyward Sword, a Wii U game, getting an HD, little upgrade here.
Yeah.
I only say that because I said it was remastered and Joe flipped out on me. And he didn't flip, I corrected me for like 5 minutes.
Well, I'm a huge Zelda fan, and I think that, do I want a fully remastered where where the game is redone? It looks like, I don't know, current day? Yes, I want that, but it doesn't. So it looks like they just enhanced the overall graphic fidelity, and it's just a matter of going up from 480p to 720. But yeah, I am excited. I'll definitely replay it though, hands down.
They definitely threw that out there to make some quick bucks.
Oh yeah, I mean, and they'll get me to buy it, like no doubt. Yeah. Like I'm a huge Zelda fan. I love Zelda. It is just, again, Breath of the Wild, hands down, probably one of the best games ever made, not just for Nintendo. And if they did a whole remaster and made it look like Breath of the Wild, oh my god, that would be insane. But let's be real, it's not happening. We've already seen the trailer, but I'm excited to play it, give it a run through again. So.
And then we finally get to our big power hitter. The thing that I think if you own a Switch, you need to own this game. And that's Splatoon 3, which I can honestly say I was not expecting. Splatoon 2, me and my friends played a lot of.
Yeah.
We had a good group that played it. And then slowly, the problem with Splatoon 2 is you can't all play together unless it's an event thing going on. So, eventually we got mad and we moved on and, now we all play different games. But Splatoon gets me to jump back every once in a while, and now that it's all Splatoon 3, I have it updated on my system here, and I'm definitely probably going to be playing that either tonight or tomorrow. Hop on, play a couple games, just get the fill back. Really looking forward to Splatoon 3. It's a goofy, you don't have to try too hard unless you're playing some competitive or ranked. I'm terrible at the game, I'll let you know, but I can throw a bucket at people, and I think it's great.
Yeah, and Splatoon, amazing, right? I do think that's kind of the highlight of the show, and I wasn't expecting 3 to be announced. I knew it was going to come out eventually.
Yeah.
But to be frank with you, I figured Nintendo would have announced, a new console by now. I know there's rumors for the Pro, and I guess there's some confirmation too. But for me, I figured it would have waited. But yeah, I'm super geeked for it. And I'm going to throw one last thing in there, too. I want to throw in Ninja Gaiden, just because I'm a huge fan. I played the first, second, and third back when they all first came out. And I think the actual game itself, it's very action-based. I love the gore. I love the story. I really love the mechanics. I love the jumping around. I just love being a freaking ninja. To be honest with you, that sold me. I remember when I first saw it and how gory the game was, and being able to decapitate people and just really take their heads off and just things like that was amazing, especially back in the day. You didn't have many games that really took it to that far, took it to that degree
level.
And now that they're remastering it and it's getting a true remaster, I definitely will be buying it. I'm excited for it. Sad that it's not coming to all platforms, but I think Nintendo's going to get me on this one too, so I can just play back through all three of them.
I'm going to throw one thing in real quick. Pokemon Snap is also coming out in April.
Oh, yes, that's right. And oh, man, yes, and that game looks beautiful. And I know I just interrupted the shit out of you, but I loved Snap growing up, and it was for 64, right? And I used to play that so much. I lost countless hours into it. And it's funny that you bring that up because a buddy of mine was like, he's like, dude, it's literally a game where you take pictures. I said, it's more than that, dude.
It is.
It's so more than that. Like, here's the thing. The game is so beautiful and elegant. Pokemon has that, especially if you're between the age of, if you're born between, like even now, if you were born 87 and up, pretty much, you even younger. I mean, like probably like in the 1980s actually. I mean, 1980 in general. If you were at least
if
1980
in terms of millennial,
I think even more than that, because Pokemon came back out in the early 90s. Yeah. So if you were born in 1980, you'd have been like 12 or 13 when Pokemon first released, and that would have been the age they were really trying to focus on, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, Pokemon has such a big impact on so many of our lives where it is just fantastic. I have nothing negative to say about Pokemon. Well, yeah, I do.
Yeah, you hate Shield.
Yeah, I didn't hate Shield. I just feel like it wasn't a current gen game. But yeah,
we can argue and fight all over that all we want, though.
Yeah, but I'll win. I digress, though. It is. I'm super excited for it. I'm excited to be sitting and taking photos of it because it's more than just I'm taking photos of Pokemon. I'm geeked for this game. I really am, and I will lose a lot of time to it.
Hey, I mean, I'm not going to argue with anything. I'm a huge Pokemon fan, so I love it. Going to the Direct, though, overall, I would say it's kind of a disappointment, which I was heartbreaking of. If there's ever a year that Nintendo could actually strike and, gain more, more of a serious fan base, I guess I would say, although, it just keeps selling insanely. I know when everything happened with the beginning of the pandemic, I know a bunch of people that tried to go out and buy a Switch randomly. I don't know what the correlation was with that, but, so I know sales were great for it last year. But just saying, going back to the important thing, I think the Switch is still missing some key games to bring it back in on this list. I think if you own a Switch, you would probably buy 3 or 4 of these games. I don't think there's anywhere you're like, oh man, I have to go get a Switch for this.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I definitely agree. So, I think when Breath of the Wild 2 is announced, it's a different ballgame though.
Oh yeah, but you might be right with the Pro announcement, so they might be waiting for the Pro before they pull out that game.
Oh yeah, it's definitely in development. I mean, it's already been confirmed, and I do think that that's probably going to be a launch title, and I could see them pulling that, and that's going to boost those Pro sales like no tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it might outsell the PlayStation and Xbox.
Oh, it's Nintendo. I wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean I don't necessarily mean lifetime sales because I know those have been back, but if we're talking about just launch sales, yeah, hands down.
But I mean, I don't. Do you want to add anything else to the Nintendo Direct here?
No, I mean, I think there's. Here's what I'll say. Just my overall point of view on the actual event, I do feel it was pretty disappointing. I do feel that they are definitely lacking compared to Xbox and PlayStation. And I know a lot of people say that's not their direct competitor because they're more of a, I guess you could say family console, if you will. And I know they've really tried to branch out from just being a family console by adding all these additional games, but they are so far behind in technical aspects where they're never going to be up to that level. And I do think it was very disappointing as an event. I mean, there was a few highlights for us, as you can as everyone's going to hear, but I hope Nintendo definitely comes out swinging with their Pro announcement eventually here real soon, and has a little bit more exclusives to announce where they can help grow that community and get people really excited for Nintendo again.
Yeah, I think it's very well put. Like, I give it a 6 out of 10, right? It wasn't the worst thing ever, but I could have definitely went for more.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
It's like I get my steak and it comes back, well done.
Now, no, you're right. And for BlizzCon, though, I'm just going to say that was pretty good. But I'm a little partial. But yeah, that's for a whole nother subject, or a whole nother day. So,
but all right, Nitwits, thank you as always. Please like, subscribe, comment. Tell us you like us. Tell us you hate us. Give me a compliment instead of just complimenting Joe. Jeez. So heartbroken. But more importantly, as always, Nitwits, thank you for everything. Have a great night.
Deuces.